Hello reception, it's time for our maths lesson today. So we're going to carry on with what we were learning about yesterday with counting in tens. We're going to recap it to make sure that we really understand it. So on the screen here I've got a number bead like the blue and yellow one that I give you at school, except this one is red and white. And we're going to have a go at moving 10 beads at a time and counting in tens. So will you be able to do that with me? Let's do it slowly together. So we've got 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. Do you think we can go backwards as well? Okay, so we've got 100. So 100, 90, 80, 70, 60, 50, 40, 30, 20 and 10. Now you can pause the video, take it back a little bit and have a go at counting in tens like that again using the number beads that I've got on the screen. Okay, I'd also like us to have another go at doing that, but in a different way. So let's go back to our Google search and can you type in for me top marks again? And we're looking for that 100 number square to help us. So type in 100 and there it is from before, number square, and press search. And then we've got that game, Paint the Squares. Do you remember? So click on that, play the game, and we want 1 to 100, the same as yesterday. I'm going to pick a colour as well. I fancy pink this morning, so let's pick that then. So I'm going to have a go by myself at counting in tens. 10, 20, 30, 40 and so on, and don't forget to go backwards as well. Now this time I'd like you to play a game with your mums and dads where they say the first number and then you say the next one in our series of multiples of 10. So for example, mummy might say 10 and you're going to say 20. They say 30, you say 40. And then when you've done that, you start this time. So you say 10, they're going to say 20. If you're feeling really smart this morning, you could try that backwards from 100. Okay, give that a go. Okay, so for our next activity, we're going to be practicing counting on. Now, you actually did this yesterday with your bingo game where you had 2 dice and you knew what the first number was, and instead of starting from 1, you stored that information in your head and then you counted on to be able to know how many you had on both of your dice. So we're going to have another practice at that today. So I want you to imagine this is my car park. I realise it is just a tray, but it's a car park for today. And I'm going to drive 3 cars into my car park to park. So let's count them. 1, 2, 3. So we know we've got 3 cars parked inside the car park here. Now 2 more cars are going to come along. Here they are. 1 and 2. But how many have we got all together? Now we could just count them, couldn't we, and start from 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But we could actually calculate it much quicker. So let's have a look at my number line here. So I'm going to highlight it for you. So we started off, didn't we, with our 3 cars, is that right? And then 2 more came along. So let's count on from 3, 2 spaces. Here we go. 1, 2, and we can see using our number line that we finished on 5, which is right, isn't it? So what I want you to do now is see if you can find about 10 little cars in your house. If you haven't got 10 little cars, just use anything that could represent 10 cars. 10 pieces of pasta, 10 pebbles, 10 bits of Play-Doh, whatever you've got lying around the house. And I want you to put some cars in your car park, a number below 10. Then I want you to add 2, 3 or 4 more, no bigger than that, 2, 3 or 4 more, and then see how many you get. Now for an extra challenge this morning, I'd like you to write down what you're doing as well, because I want you to be practicing writing these numbers and also remembering how we write add and equal. So here we can see I started with my 3 cars here, didn't I? So 3, add. I put 2 more in. Here they are. 1, 2 equals 5. So this morning I want you to have a go at counting on, and I want you to have a go at writing down what you're doing. Okay, let's see how you get on. So for our final activity, I'd like you to get those flashcards that you made yesterday from numbers 1 to 20, or you might like to make some slightly bigger ones because you might want to jump on them in a minute. If you're not able to do that, then don't worry, you can pause the video at the end so that you can see the screen here and you can point to the screen instead. You also need to make yourself 2 more pieces of paper, one that says 1 more and another which says 1 less. So you're going to turn them this way. Then you're going to pick a number either to stand on or to point to on the screen. So let's pick number 5, for example. If you turn over the card that says 1 more, then you need to jump 1 more. So the numbers will get bigger, and it's the number which comes after 5, which is 6. Or if you turn over 1 less, then it's the number which comes before. It's got to be a smaller number if it's 1 less, so it will be number 4. Now I know lots of you are already able to do that quite easily and up to numbers to 20, which is brilliant. So to make it a little bit harder, keep your numbers 1 to 20, but instead make these cards, so 2 more and 2 less, okay? And you could also challenge yourself as well and put away all of your numbers from the screen or on the floor and think of a number in your head and see if you know what is 2 more and 2 less without actually being able to see it. Okay, so you can pause the video now and let's see how you get on with this final activity.